tomato prices, in light of recent harvests, have come down, at least for now. So according to traders speaking to Business Day, the cable, a basket of tomatoes currently selling for between 55,000 to 60,000 naira was down from an average of 150,000 naira a few months ago. Crates previously selling for about 50,000 or 55,000, now selling for about 30,000. Can that be maintained? What about the business environment? Speaking of costs, according to new PMI, Purchasing Managers Index, business activity, I think this is from Stanbic IBTC, business activity in Nigeria dropped to an 8-month low in July because of severe pricing pressures affecting demand that led to further declines in both company activity and new orders. And you're seeing the chart, it's also at 49.2 from July, was 50.1 in June. So I guess if you're below 50, you are contracting. If you're above 50, you are expanding. Arise Business Analyst Chika Mbonu is with us. Who better to talk about the business environment than Chika? Chika, good Monday morning to you.
Morning, Rotus. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you, sir. Very welcome. Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Good.
So
let's do tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
do you cook?
I do not cook. I know where you're going. I'm going to sort that out.
So you wouldn't know, maybe eat out, so you wouldn't know about tomato prices.
Yeah.
And the fact that tomato happens to be, and pepper happen to be the condiments that most Nigerians use.
Right.
Especially our popular jollof rice.
Oh yes.
If a jollof rice is not red, that means not eat the jollof rice yet.
Yeah.
And we know, and that's why when tomato prices spiraled, it became a national discourse.
It did, yes.
And the whole nation was talking about tomatoes because they affected. Tomato is useful and pepper is useful almost everything that we eat in the country. And people move to alternatives like carrots and beetroot and so many other things. But we thank God that the market the prices are coming down now.
Yeah.
Adduced to principally the new harvest season, and then we know also the rain we have a mini August break.
Yes.
For the season, and so the harvests have been coming in. But you see, that's a good side of the story.
Yeah.
Rotus, that's a good side of the story, and it's still the same problems we have in agriculture that have led to this increase in the price of tomatoes.
Yeah.
I did my WAEC, West African School Certificates, the high school exam, 1979. Because my father was an agriculturist, so I took agriculture as one of the subjects in my final exam.
Okay.
And I do recall in that exam, one of the questions was, what are the problems of agriculture in Nigeria?
Yeah.
1979, how many years ago? And the answers were basically lack of finance, which we know. Still a problem today.
Right.
Post-harvest losses.
Still a problem
today. Lack of pesticides and insecticides, which to use to fight things like tomato, Ebola. So there's still problems today.
Yeah.
Now, one of the new ones that have been coming into the play is the issue of security.
All right.
That the farmers can go to their farms.
The farms, yeah.
Of course, the issue of logistics, moving the products from the north to the south, where it's mostly consumed. So it's always very painful when we find out that, you ask yourself, is Nigeria moving forward?
Right. That's a good question.
Are we making time?
Yeah.
Because as I said, the answers that I gave in that paper
are still relevant today.
Are the same answers today. Same answers today. I mean, a lot of statistics are there, but we're told that post-harvest losses in Nigeria, for tomatoes, for example,
huge.
About 700,000 metric tons of tomatoes. So that's why if you go to these farm belts in the north, in those days when it was secure, I used to travel those days from Maiduguri to Kano by road. Or I start from, go to Kano. From Kano, I moved down to Kaduna by road. From Kaduna, I come down to Abuja by road. All road journeys.
Wow.
And you buy, I've done Bauchi, Jos, and then Abuja by road. In those days, you first secure, you could travel around, but can't do those things now.
Right.
I remember you used to go to the Benue those days and you buy baskets of mangoes for Pythians.
Huge mangoes.
Yeah, for Pythians.
Yeah.
Because of post-harvest loss, lack of preservation Because if we had, well, the other thing was the in-season, out-season farming.
Right.
That was another problem.
Yeah.
Because of lack of irrigation and all those stuff, and mechanized farming, So all those problems are still with us today.
Yeah.
And we have had a succession since 79, succession of ministers of agriculture, succession of presidents who come in agriculture, and everybody comes in and says the same thing.
Buhari said we should go and farm.
Yeah, you go and farm. The president's wife said we should farm behind our houses.
Yeah.
So the same problems are there.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that what happened to the prices of tomatoes shouldn't have happened.
Right.
If we had issues of how to deal with post-harvest losses. How do we preserve the harvest so that in season, out season, there'll be tomatoes available for citizens to buy.
Yeah.
And then during the low seasons, you can release a stock into the market and then to stabilize the prices.
Exactly.
So it's the same problem.
I think later on, we have a live broadcast from Kano. They are distributing fertilizers. So that's another important thing, is fertilizers, right?
Yeah, the fertilizer, but it's still the same problems.
Yeah.
It's the same problems. And then you will find out, or you ask the question, what do we really have? Apart from the oil God has given to us, the other thing we have is land.
Arable land.
Yeah. And so you ask yourself that with the youth that we have in this country that are all jobless, looking for 50,000 naira a month jobs and stuff like that, can't we make agriculture a little more interesting?
Right.
A little more mechanized.
Incentivized. Yeah.
Can the governors actually do these things since they control land in the states? And actually, what you see, the issue is every governor that wins election now spends the first 1 year or 2 years trying to do something else. 1 year governance, the next third year, they're trying to do re-election.
Right.
On what basis? Nobody does re-election here on the basis of look at what I've done. What I've done is to talk about, as one seminar they did the other day, you saw it, control the IG, control the chief army staff, control the INEC, you win election.
Right.
Nobody wins election on the basis of I have given this amount of employment, I created this farm settlement for people. A lot of young graduates who are out there have made agriculture interesting for them to go back and farm. Now we are by the way, Nigeria is the largest producer of tomatoes in Africa, but still we don't have that. So we are now a belt for producing cassava,
right, or
even tomatoes, or even sugar cane or something like that. And the young graduates are enjoying
yam.
Or even yam.
Yeah.
So there are, it's the same cycle that we go through every year, the same problems. But there's no solution. Nobody has come out there to take the initiative and say, I want to be that leader, even if it's a running first term, that will make a mark for generations unborn to know that this is how I transform my state.
Yeah.
And as I said, I keep saying in this program that governance is simple, really, if you want to do good.
It's very straightforward.
If you want to do good.
Yeah.
Because people come for the first term, what they're doing is how to calculate wealth. Award contrast that the roads, once they do it, one rainy season, the roads are washed off. And you hear billions of
allocated.
Award road contract for airports, they say does not need, so that some money can be released from there.
Yeah.
You do all building up towards the next election with nothing to tangible to show the ground.
Yeah.
But it's a shame. The Purchasing Managers Index, which is the other thing that you brought up in your rundown. They call it PMI, Purchasing Managers Index.
Yeah.
Now, for our viewers, I don't want to sophisticate this. Basically, is the basis is really as elementary as possible is that for manufacturing companies especially, is they believe that the economy, the sentiments of the purchasing manager can give us the direction of where the economy is heading. Now, what is on the table of the purchasing manager that enables him to make decision whether to buy or not to buy.
Right.
Will give a sentiment as to whether the economy is growing or not growing. And the experts have 5 baskets, 5 items to use to measure that.
Yeah.
Output, new orders, employment, new business, and so on and so forth. But the issue is that when they put in all the basket and the base amount is 50, after calculation, if it's above 50, it means the manufacturing sector is expanding.
Yeah.
If it's below 50, it's contracting.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, business analyst Chika Mbonu. Chika, always a pleasure having you to explain these things to us. Thank you so much.